was just a lot of fun to be around. He was a good kid. You know, he was just a really good kid. I enjoyed being around him. But I wish I hope his parents are okay, and you know, maybe he's in a better place. Who knows?
Gonna hope so.
Oh, Gib. I miss you, man. I miss your smile. I miss how you can make everybody else smile, no matter what situation you're in. I miss the conversations we had. I just miss you, dude. You're a good kid, you're a good friend, and I wish you were still around. You know, all the memories that we had, I'll always cherish, and I'll never forget them. Like the time when you got your license and you were the happiest kid on earth, and you had a smile from ear to ear all day long. It was like the coolest thing on earth. Gib got his license. Or the times when we used to wait for your dad to go to sleep during the Woket Fair, so we had everybody park in the yard and charge him. I think the best times were when we threw the football around for hours on end, and just had awesome conversations about life, our life, your life, everybody's life. I don't know, man. You're a really good friend, and you're definitely irreplaceable. You know, it's hard to find friends who are so honest and trustful as you, and this sucks, man. This really does suck. You know, it's just, you were the center of our group. You know, every party that we have now, every get together, every time we wake up, you know, we know that something's missing, and it's definitely you. You are definitely missing in our life, Gib, and that definitely sucks. I don't know, man. All I can say is that I wish you were still here, but you'll never be forgotten. You'll always be in our heart, and you know, the memories are all we have now, and we have to hold on to them. We gotta hold on tight, because you can just never be gone like that, you know. I mean, you were the light of our day, and you still are, you know. We think of Gib, and we laugh, we smile. Well, now sometimes we cry, but I mean, we love you, dude. We miss you. You know, it sucks. It sucks. I love you, Gib. I fucking miss you, dude. To Mr. and Mrs. Gibson. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, when the road you're trudging seems all uphill, when the funds are low and the debts are high, and you want to smile, but you have to sigh. When care is pressing you down a bit, rest if you must, but don't you quit. Life is queer with its twists and turns, as every one of us sometimes learns, and many a failure turns about. When he might have won, he had stuck it out. Don't give up, though the pace seems slow. You may succeed with another blow. Success is failure turned inside out, the silver tint of the clouds of doubt. And you never can tell just how close you are. It may be near when it seems so far. So stick to the fight when your heart is hit. It's when things seem worse that you must not quit. I love you guys.
Andy was an awesome kid. He always thought of others before himself, like all the time. Very knowledgeable about many things.
Good memories with Gib.
He helped me out in a mosh pit when at a Slipknot concert. I went to, people started shoving me, and Gabe got in the way and shoved him right back. That was one of the fonder memories I have of him. I wish him the best wherever he is.
Andy, you were one of the sweetest people I've ever met in my life. You had a huge heart. No matter what the situation was, you could always have a way of making anybody laugh. You didn't deserve any of this, but I know you're at peace now. All your friends loved you so much. You were just everybody's best friend, you know? And we all love you and we miss you very much. You were one of the nicest people that anyone could ever meet. We love you and miss you, Andy.
What up, nerds? Name, Alex. That's all right. He's my friend.
All right, Gib. I know you can hear me out there somewhere, man, because I know you believed in God, man, and I know God believed in you. So, despite all your vices and everything, you are one of the kindest, hardest people I've ever met in my life. And honestly, you're probably the best friend anybody could have. You always had my back. You always had everybody else's back. And, I mean, there's not a whole lot to say, but you really were, like, one of the best friends anybody could ever have. I mean, I remember when I moved into Wolcott, middle of high school, I didn't know anybody. And then suddenly I met some fucking guy on the bus, and we just became friends after that. And dude, you were the glue that held the crew together. You brought us all together as the crew. You know, you not only supplied the friendship, you supplied the place to hang out. You were the cream in the Oreo, my friend. You were. And, you know, in the past 6 months to a year, we've all been drifting apart. And somehow, even in your passing, you brought us back together again. And, Gib, you've always been there for us. And, you know, we were always there for you, and we'll never forget you, man. And to Mr. and Mrs. Gibson, I can't express to you how sorry I am for your loss, but you should know that your son was one of the best men that I've ever met in my entire life, and I am truly, truly sorry that this had to happen. He was taken from us too soon, but he lived a good life, and he was a happy person, and I loved him. And that's all I got to say about Gib. Goodbye, Gib.
One of the first people I met in Wolcott was Andy in 3rd grade. And he was a really cool kid. Funny, sarcastic. Like if you said something, he always had something to say. Like there was no arguing with him because he would win any argument that you were trying to argue. And when we were in school, like, you know, he's always a chubby kid, but he was really good at trench. When we were playing trench, he had the ball and I was on the other team, and when he threw it, he hit me right in the face. So I'll never forget that because shit hurt. One of my favorite memories of him was his 3rd grade birthday party. It might be the 4th grade one, but it might have been 4th grade. Probably was 4th. But either way, it was, I can't remember who was there, but I know that I was there and a couple other folks. And we were just outside on his back porch. I remember his house just a little bit. I remember like when you walked through the door, the kitchen was like on the left. But they had a big 2-liter bottle of soda that was empty. And we wouldn't, of course his mother wouldn't let us play spin the bottle. So we played like Truth or Dare, and we all had a piece of paper and a pen, and we wrote down like dares and truths and stuff, and we stuck them in the bottle. So we all sat around the bottle on his back porch and spun it, and whoever the bottle like landed on, you had to like open up, read what it said, and then answer the question or do whatever it said. I can't for the life of me like even remember remotely like what was on it. It's just I've always remembered that birthday party because I had a really good time and it was really fun. Andy's just like, he was all around like just a cool ass kid, you know, just real chill. Never like really like super excited about anything, just kind of chill. That's like one word that I could describe him. He's just funny as shit. Like there's never a dull moment. It was like dry humor.
It's not Tyson chicken technically, but I call it Tyson chicken because people knew I raised that girl. So they'll be bad publicity for my chicken. So I called it Tyson chicken so people would put two and two together and then look at me. You know what I'm saying, man? Because when Mike Tyson chicken, no, that ain't gonna sell me. You gotta put Tyson chicken.
If you were around Andy, you were laughing. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, whether he was upset or not, he would make a joke or just be funny and talk shit about the teachers when we were in school. So those are just some good memories, and no matter what, everyone's gonna remember him, and it's just a shame that stuff had to go down the way it went down. Basically, I really want to just kind of say to all his friends, to everybody really, really close to him, because for me, he was always a good friend of mine, and he will always be a good friend of mine, no matter whether I saw him, 2 years would go by. If I ever saw him again, like, we'd still be cool. I'd give him a big hug and, how are you? Shoot the shit. Last time I saw him was last year at the Woken Fair. I parked in the yard. He came outside. He was wearing like a Hawaiian shirt. And I was like, Andy, what's up with that freaking Hawaiian shirt? And he's like, oh, this? Like just real like nonchalant, like, So I gave him a big hug, asked him like, how are you? What's going on? Because I had left Connecticut after high school, so I hadn't been around, and I really hadn't talked to Andy much. I guess now, like, a lot of us, probably a lot of people that haven't been on the documentary, haven't said anything, to everybody out there that knew Andy that maybe didn't speak up or wasn't that close. You're probably in my boat saying, well, I wish I was there, or I wish I did talk to him more. We could fill it up with a lot of I wish I did and what ifs, but it is what it is. So I just want to give my condolences to all his friends that he loved, and I love you, Andy.
One of my best memories of Gib is the time where him and Jim Croft and me were playing poker together. We used to play for a whole summer in his backyard. And one day he was watching, reading books, learning how to play poker, how the professionals play it, and he learned, you only play ace king, you only play like the high hands. And that's a concept that's good for 9 people at a table, but he was playing just me and him, or just me and Jim Croft. And so he was only playing the big hands, and he told us he was only going to play the big hands, and he folded every hand that he had, except once in a blue moon he'd go, I'd raise, and we'd all fold. And he did that till every single one of his chips was gone. Every time he bet, we knew he had a good hand, and it was fucking one of the funniest things I've seen Gibby do. I mean, kind of had to be there, but it's a great Gib memory. Yeah, that's pretty much my Gib memory. Obviously, he's the nicest guy anyone's ever met, and everyone, after everyone dies, everyone always says, this was the nicest guy you ever knew. But Gib really was just a sweetheart. So, Gibby.